Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Laura Ashley Abraham, and today it's just me. So, hello. Connie will be back shortly. We're going to be recording some more videos. And today is day 58. I'm not sure if we're going to continue with our CNL Good News or what we're going to do going forward. I think we're going to mix things up a little bit, and we will let you know when we're ready for that. But today I wanted to record actually the higher self message for everybody. Normally we release our higher self messages. Connie and I started doing these where we would channel a message from your higher self, and the message was specifically for you that day if you read it. So each Thursday we will send out an email, and that is a channeled message from your higher self. Connie does one week and then I do the next week. So this week today, when you're seeing this video, it is, let's see, it will be released on June 18th. And this higher self message is going to be on well-being. I decided that I wanted to record it for you because it's actually kind of long, and I figured, you know what, a lot of times people don't really want to read that long of a message. So that's one of the reasons that I decided I wanted to do this. And I feel like you will be able to absorb the message even more if you hear it. And so you can just let this play in the background. If you're doing stuff around the house, you can pause it. And there will be a point where you do, I'll let you know that you do need to pause it because they want you to take a moment to contemplate something. But these messages are coming forward to help you, every single one of them. And again, specifically, this one is on well-being and how to bring in more well-being into your life. How do you do that, and what does that look like? So they're going to go through and I'm going to read the message for you. Please feel free to email us, let us know any questions that you have, anything that you want us to channel maybe, and we can incorporate that into our weekly channelings, or answers. We can channel an answer for you if you want. If you're curious about something, you could send us a message and say, hey, you know what, can you do me a favor, and your next higher self message, we want to know this question. We'd love to hear that from you. So if you do have questions like that, let us know. I was just thinking something too that I would like to do is, that's what it was. I wanted to make sure I got it right. And if you guys will notice too, I'm so excited. I finally got my hair done. So very happy about that. Thank you to my hairdresser. I love you. Okay, I cannot live without you, so thank you. And what I was going to say is if you want to send us a question, if you don't want to post it on Facebook, you don't have to. You can post it on our Facebook page, which is the Soul Healing Center 444, or you can send us an email at our Michigan Medium Angels @gmail.com. I just wanted to make sure I got it correctly. So again, this week's message you will be getting through email as well, but I wanted to record it because I feel like it will be even more beneficial for you to hear it in words. A lot of times that can really sink in. Something that my guides have been having me do is repeating a lot of mantras, listening to them and then repeating things. So this just will emphasize that and will give you more of an understanding as well, having heard it versus maybe reading it. Maybe you want to read it first and then listen to the video, read it, whatever you want to do. What I would suggest also is printing off these higher self messages and going back through and reflecting on them, and especially for the week, for that week, really focus on the exercises that they are telling you to do, that your higher self is telling you to do. And when we say they, it's because they're coming through as a collective. So it is your higher self. When both Connie and I, when we channel a message, we set the intention that we're going to be connecting with your higher self. So it's everybody's higher self collectively, but the message is coming through for you specifically, but it's coming through from a group collective, but it is your higher self. So I'm not going to read the very beginning of it because I just kind of talked about the same thing I just said. And let's see, I'm going to start out with when I started to channel, they made a joke. So that's why I included this in your higher self message. This would be me channeling with them. So I have Laura. Sometimes our guides will use humor to communicate a message and to lighten things up. Today's message started out with a funny response. I was saying to my guides that I need to channel a message for this week, and this was the response I heard. Do you think I'm just a button you turn on? Ha ha ha. Maybe it was funnier in my head, so I said back to my guides, that was funny. And this is the higher self message. This is where it begins. And they said, well, actually, you are correct. This is what many of you do. Many of you turn on the connection and turn off the connection depending on your circumstances. Today's message is connected to your well-being. What does well-being look like? We would recognize this as being in the flow per se. Many of you are in the flow. How many of you are in the flow? Where things are pretty good most of the time, where you are content, fulfilled, joyous, feeling a sense of freedom and self-worth and value, where you feel your basic needs are met consistently, as well as your emotional, physical, and connection with other needs are met as well. Do you feel this? Do you feel in any moment the ground could fall out from underneath you? This is where Laura used to live. She lived in fear consistently most of her youth. When you are living in a state of heightened sensitivity, this can create an underlying feeling of anxiety, fear, sense of imminent trouble just around the corner. Not all of you will have come from a background of abuse. Many of you who have had happy childhoods continue to have a sense of anxiety or an underlying feeling of worry, doubt, panic, or fear regularly. It is not necessary for today's lesson to pinpoint the exact issue or situation in which this fear or panic state began or the main source of the issue. What is relevant is the knowledge and understanding that you are having this type of feeling regularly and how to dismantle it, how to disarm it so it is not running your life in the background, programming you, directing your thoughts and feelings towards more panic, worry, doubt, fear. We are wanting to take a moment and explain your emotions are all valuable. Each emotion you experience has immense importance. Do not discount or dismiss your emotions. For instance, some of you may have watched the video Laura posted for day 56 on the daily videos where she discusses her dad recently having a stroke. Briefly, she has been estranged from her dad for 10 years due to her repressed memories of abuse resurfacing. When they resurfaced, she had to take much time to sift through the emotions that had been buried. During the actual abuse, because of her young age, she was unable to process the emotions associated with what was occurring. And when they resurfaced, it was very much like being set on fire emotionally. There are those who in the same circumstances would have given into drugs, alcohol, avoidance, or other self-sabotaging behaviors. Laura chose to deal with it head on, face it, work through each experience as it surfaced, and heal it at its core. This type of work takes diligence, hard work, and determination. It is not a quick one-time experience. It is a work in progress, as she stated in the video. The process for her took several years, all the while working, raising her children, creating her spiritually based business. She is currently contemplating creating an online course to help those of you who have suffered abuse and outline the process she used to heal. We are encouraging her to do so. In the meantime, we are wanting to express how she has come to a place of well-being for many years now. As we described above, well-being is a sense of all is well. You are not living in a place of fear. You are living from a sense of inner peace, inner contentment, regardless of what is going on around you. There may be moments of trouble per se, upset, loss, sadness, arguments with a loved one, whatever the issue may be. But overall, your sense of feeling safe and connected to love is your guiding force, your ruling factor in life. Is this where you are? If it is, we would continue to guide you in the direction of your inner knowing and connecting to that source of inspiration, wisdom, and guidance. If you are in need of this type of well-being space more in your life, we are encouraging you to continue reading on. Most of you will not wake up one day and say, oh, I am perfectly safe and feeling whole, peaceful, calm, and feel that way forever. Most of you will have moments of this in your life. That is not to say this cannot happen, for it can if you so choose. But the overall method of achieving your way to well-being is a gradual incline fueled by a want or a desire for a certain outcome. For instance, Laura wanted peace. So each day she based her life experiences by measuring each situation from this want and desired outcome. She would say, is this bringing me closer to or away from inner peace? Is this going to bring me more peace? She would honor her needs regularly, which is something she had not done nor been taught as a child. Her needs were always put on the back burner per se, almost non-existent. So becoming in line or becoming in alignment with her own needs took some adjustment. It was not a comfortable nor familiar process, so it took a gradual incline of learning to achieve. In our last message to you, we were asking you, what do you want? This is a continuation or follow-up from that segment. When you can identify an outcome, you can then adjust your every thought, action, and intentional movement toward that desire. For instance, do you want more money? Direct your thoughts toward more money. Do you want more love? Direct more thoughts and feelings toward love. Do you want more happiness, joy, excitement? Direct your thoughts and feelings and action toward that desire. Take a moment now to think of something you are wanting. It could be a small object, it could be a boat or a new house, or it could be a trip or a new job. Perhaps you want a new car. Perhaps you want to incorporate more of a feeling into your life, such as joy, happiness, contentment. This would be a great place to start as well. Take a moment to reflect on something you would like to bring into your experience. Do this step. Do not skip it. Now write it down. I'm going to pause and I'm going to tell you to please pause the video at this point and really write down what you want. If it's a feeling, take the time to do this because this is a very important step in the process. If you do this, this will help you to then really pinpoint and focus on what you want, which is what your guides are talking about here. So if there's something that you're really looking for, you really want to bring in, just take a few moments and think of it. If you have that thought, if you know what it is you want and you're really clear on it, then go ahead and listen. But if not, please pause this video right now and take a moment to do that. Now that you have your object or item or feeling, take a moment to close your eyes and visualize you have a magnet that is as big as you right in front of you. Imagine that you are setting the magnet to the frequency of your desire. So for instance, imagine your magnet has a dial on it and you can tune into the frequency of your desire, whatever it is. Say it is more love. Imagine you are setting your magnet to the frequency of love. Your magnet has the ability to be set to any frequency of your desire. Use your imagination for this part. Now that your magnet is set to your desire, imagine that it is only attracting what it is you have set your magnet desire for. As you are closing your eyes doing this, imagine the object of your desire is being drawn from wherever it is in the world to you. If it is a boat, visualize this boat being drawn to you through this powerful energetic magnet. Because you have set the dial on this magnet, it has come to you. It will be drawn to you. You have tuned into the frequency of this boat, and this boat is being pulled toward you. Using your imagination of the exact boat you are wanting would be most beneficial. Making sure you are in tune with a motorboat, not a rowboat, will be helpful. If it is more money you are wanting to create, imagine your magnet dial is set to more money. Tune the dial on the magnet and set it now to more money. Perhaps on your dial there is a number you can set that you are wanting. Do that. Be creative. Have fun. As long as it is feeling good to you, this is the key. This process should feel good. It should give you a sense of hope and freedom. Now that you have your magnet set to your desired amount, close your eyes and see your magnet drawing this money to you. Notice if you catch yourself feeling any feelings of resistance. As Laura was doing this, she felt a sense of taking from others and caught herself and recalibrated where her money was coming from. She had her money coming from the heavens. That made her feel good so as not to be taking money from others. This is an important step and part of the process. Money falling from heaven feels good to her as there is an endless supply. Say you are wanting more well-being in your life. This is where you are now going to calibrate your dial on your magnet today. Set your dial now to well-being. Do this in the beginning of your day, each day. You each have this magnetic ability built in. You are each a vibrational magnet that is only needing to be tuned into the vibration you are wanting. Our message to you today is to pay attention to the object of your desire being your guiding force. If your guiding force is based in love for yourself and others, the desired outcome will be drawn to you. If you are closed down, if you are feeling unworthy, fearful, lonely, these are the energetic waves your magnet is sending out to the universe. You are needing to change that frequency. So going throughout your day, tune yourself in each moment you are feeling out of alignment with your wanting. Make this a regular daily practice and you will quickly see the desired results manifesting in your life in all ways. To create well-being, set your dial, your magnet, to feel, see, think, be well-being. It is important to recognize no matter what is going on around you, no matter who is in your experience, you are capable of setting your magnet, your frequency to well-being. See this as a good form of practice. This person or situation is causing you to recalibrate regularly, which is helping you to fine-tune this skill. Remember, each person in your life, each situation in your life is helping you to shift, to grow, to learn more of who you are. You are really learning how powerful you are. Manifesting your desires is only a matter of you fine-tuning into that desire regularly, consistently. Our mantra to Laura soon into our connection with her was, "You are safe and you are loved and we will guide you." And she repeated this regularly to help her find her natural state to well-being. Since this was not something she was familiar with, she had to recalibrate herself regularly and daily to this vibration. Her desire was strong. She intended to be at peace. It was a process, but she most definitely reached this goal. Find your goal. Stick with your goal. Tune into your goal, and you will find your own inner well-being, your own inner peace, your own inner happiness. And this is your true guiding force, your inner power, your inner magnetic force of power. You are the master of your vibrational frequency. Tune your dial into what it is you are wanting today, and watch as your magnet draws to you what it is you are wanting. There may be situations in your life that come forward, such as in Laura's case with her dad, that may throw you for a loop per se. But again, this is only to bring clarity understanding, learning of yourself, and learning of yourself and helping you release any chains that bind you to fear, lack, bondage. Laura's word now is freedom. She has claimed freedom. What is your word? What would you like to incorporate into your life today? If it helps, think of it this way. This magnet is very powerful and very strong, but you can hold it. It is easy and light for you to hold, but the power it has is enormous. Wherever you direct your magnet is what will be drawn to it. So think very carefully as you are thinking throughout your day what you are magnetizing to you. What are you magnetizing to you? If your focus is on fear, what are you bringing in today? If your focus is on lack, what are you bringing in today? If your focus is on prosperity, abundance, joy, well-being, this is more of what you will be bringing in today. Again, you may need to fine-tune this repeatedly to the vibrations you are wanting. Take notice of what your vibration is attracting. We have left you with much to contemplate. We will be back in 2 weeks for more. With much love, your higher self. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Again, I just felt like it was really important for me to read this to you. It really made me think too about focusing my attention on what I want to think about, because that is really what they're talking about, is our words, our thoughts all have an energetic force to it. And if there's something that you want to bring in, you want to be making sure that you're thinking about those things in the direction that are positive, in a way that it's going to be bringing in what you do want. So that's why you want to really pay attention. If you're having lack thoughts, I'm so worried about this, or what am I going to do about that, which we all do all the time, every day. That's why you have to change that and really pay attention to it. It does take time. So like they were talking about, you're going to have to practice this. It doesn't change overnight, which is what they were saying too. It is something that's going to take a little bit of time to get comfortable with and to get used to. You don't have to be afraid of the things that you're thinking about, but it is really important for you to be aware of where your thoughts are going. And I'm having to do this constantly. And, you know, especially with this whole situation and everything going on with me right now with my dad, and there's just a lot involved with this. So, and it doesn't matter. It could be in any daily, everyday situation. A lot of times we have our thoughts going to the fear, going to the negative. What if this happens? What if, you know, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. And you're thinking a negative future thought. So that's why you need to catch it, and you need to say, okay, that didn't happen. That's not happening. And focus on how can I change that? So in here, your guides, they were bringing that forward with magnetizing the money. And what I immediately felt when I was channeling this was, oh, well, I don't want to take away money from other people. Because I pictured money coming, but I was seeing it coming from people. And I thought, oh, I don't want to do that. That's what they were talking about, was catching that type of resistance and changing it to something that feels good to you. So what I did is I created seeing the money coming from heaven. And to me, that felt really good, because then I didn't feel like I was taking it from a bank, or I wasn't taking it from other people here who had saved up their money at the bank. It was falling from the heavens, and that felt really good to me, because there's an endless supply coming from the heavens, and it wasn't taking from anybody. It was just like a blessing. And that made me feel better. So that's what they're talking about, catching that type of resistance, or catching those types of thoughts and changing them very quickly to something positive, so that you can be attracting and bringing in what you do want to bring in. So everybody, thank you so much. Hope you have a magical day filled with love, light, peace, happiness, and freedom and well-being.